In episode 16 of our hardcore career mode series in Stormworks, we ended up filling this thing full of oil. Now, I've spent around 6 hours of my real life time sitting here and babysitting this thing whilst it emptied. And, well, it's done just that. We are waiting for the last little tiny bit to empty out before we can then sail back and never use this thing ever again, ever. I mean, to be fair, it was a good experiment. We did make a lot of money, but it's still very annoying and very slow. So, if we're ever going to do this again, I need a quicker way of doing it. Anyway, welcome to episode 17 of our hardcore career mode in Stormworks. Let's sail this thing back to our thingamabobby over there somewhere and see what we can get up to today. Look at that, 1,600 in here. Let's just check really quickly. 29 in there, that's fine. 12 in here, that's okay. And let's check the last one, 20. Alright, yes, so we are just waiting for this one to empty, and then we're good to go. Nice! If you guys are still enjoying the series, by the way, please let me know in the comments down below, because, you know, it's interesting seeing what you guys want to see next. Anywho, that is almost ready. As soon as it is, we're getting out of here. I almost forgot actually, we should probably get some diesel whilst we're here, so whilst we're currently emptying the rest of it, we're gonna go ahead and fill up with some diesel and hopefully not spend too much money. But yeah, overall we're up to $125,000, which is great! We are gonna get slightly more, but also we are losing money as well. Although we're gaining money quicker than we are losing money because we're selling it quicker than we're buying it, which is good. But yeah, we gotta wait for this 600. Oh, it's because we're not actually buying it. That's why. Alright, hang on, we gotta run upstairs. We gotta get out of here. And then if we jump across, we need to actually press the button. There we go. Now we should be losing money, I think. Yes, very much so. Alright, I think that'll do. 15,000 liters. Good. Beep, beep, beep. Reversing. Beep, beep, beep. Reversing. Yeah, okay, we are actually getting out of here. Let's go ahead and head back to our base now, where we can figure out the next thing that we want to do. And there we go, we've made it back to, well, I was going to say our base, but it's not really our base. It's actually, well, it sort of is. I guess we did buy it, so maybe it is our base now. But we've made it back, and I'm actually going into the wrong area. I need to go to the next bay. Yeah, I actually forgot about that. It's the next one. I did a boo-boo. The HMS Midlothian is underneath the ocean over here somewhere. So, let's go ahead and get ourselves a boat with a submarine on it. Go out there, go down, and have a little look at this boat. I think it'll be kind of interesting. So, we need to design a submarine that can go on the back of this boat, that we can, I guess, drop off the back of this boat into the water and sail it about. So, let's just start building. In fact, actually, let's figure out how big it should be first. So, between here and maybe here, that is 31 blocks, and then maybe we can have it be like this wide, which is 11. 31 by 11. That seems pretty big. Okay, so this is the size that we are talking about, and I guess it could be kind of interesting building it this big, but I don't really know. So, what I want to do is delete maybe 5 or 6 blocks backwards, and then I need to start building in some sort of window system, which is going to go like here-ish. So, let's go ahead and delete this, shove that guy in there, and then we can start building the windows on the front of this. Here we go. Window! Yes! 1 by 2. Yeah, I guess that'll work. There we go. Chuck that on there. Delete these guys. It can actually be a little bit bigger than this. That is fine. As long as I build it in correctly, which is okay. What I need to do next is attach this guy. So, I guess the easiest way of doing this would be to chuck that on the bottom. Just like that. And then start adding the windows around there. There we go. Very good. And then we'll shove this guy in the center, like this. Okay, so far so good. Delete all of these pieces, that's fine. I'm also going to delete that guy because it doesn't really need to be there. This is essentially where we are going to be sitting when we drive the thing. We are going to change the back end as well, but we're not going to worry about that just yet. Okay, so let me go ahead and delete all of this. There we go. We're going to go ahead and shove this all the way to the front like so, and then we need to build the rest of it around here as well. But first, I am actually going to go ahead and grab this guy, chuck it under there like that. That looks pretty good. We can chuck this guy in here as well, just like this. And then we can zoom this backwards on the side. Just like that. Okay, so far so good. Okay, extra windows have been put on the front. That actually looks quite nice to me. Yeah, I don't know whether it'll look nice to you guys, but who cares? No, I care. I care what you guys think sometimes. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and check that guy on there. We're then going to go back to windows again, and we're going to start putting the rest of them on. So, I guess this guy is going to go here like this. We're going to have to add a bunch of tiny windows across there. Which are going to be these little small ones. So if I chuck that on, 1, 2, go ahead and chuck this guy. Wait, actually, will that fit on there? Is that what I'm looking for? Ooh, yes, okay. And then we need one of these guys across the front, obviously. We're going to need to fill in all of the bits in the middle, and that should be good. So one there, and then if we get a 3x3 window, we can put that in the center. Oh, yeah, there we go. Okay, so far so good. Okay, so far so good. I've gone ahead and added a bit of a roof. The thing is, it's a little bit squidgy in there, so getting in and out might be a little bit of a pain in the butt right now. But that's okay. What I want to do next is delete a big bit of the back end. Main reason for this is because, well, it looks ugly. Being so flat, it does look pretty ugly. So, we're going to try and get rid of a bunch of this. And we're going to try and change it up a little bit. So, on the back end, we're going to go ahead and chuck this guy in here like this. There we go. I guess we're going to go ahead and chuck this guy on the back as well. Like that. And then we're going to just do this guy as well. Okay. So far, so good. What I'm going to do next is chuck this guy in here. I want to chuck that guy on there, which is the weird bit about this, I guess. We're going to chuck this guy in here, bring it down, and we're going to zoom this bit backwards like so. Okay, right. Bit weird, but I think it will work the way that I kind of want it to. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is chuck this guy on. We're going to go ahead and chuck one there. We're obviously going to go ahead and chuck one where I had it before. That's all good. And then I'm going to zoom all of these guys into there as well. So one like that, one like this. That's all good. We're going to go ahead and chuck this guy in here. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Zoom these guys upwards, and these are going to be like little tail fin kind of dealios. I don't know how to explain what I'm talking about, but you know what I mean. So this goes on here like this. Actually, maybe there. There we go. Chuck that onto there like that, and then maybe we'll do one of these pieces. There we go. Zoom that across there. That's fine. It looks kind of cool. I do need to somewhat fix this back end though, because at the minute it looks a little bit weird. So I guess if I chuck that onto there like that, there we go. We should be able to chuck, I don't know, maybe one of these guys on here like this. No. Hold on, that was close, but not quite right. There we go. And then this piece. Okay. And then I guess we might need to do something here as well, but that's just this and this. Okay, good. Okay, so I gone ahead and added a rudder on both sides of these. I think I want to add a propeller into each of them as well, so that's going to go like this. Mainly on the inside so we don't end up chopping ourselves up. There we go. So we can't die by, like, running into this. That would be good. If we don't die. Okay, so far so good. We are going to obviously have to extend this downwards. We're going to have a tank system in here so that we can actually sink, which I believe I'm going to do like this sort of thing. And then if I can, like, maybe to there. If I can, maybe one further back. If I can do this and this, maybe that will be fine. Yeah, so this will be like an air tank. Or our ballast tanks, sort of. I don't know, hopefully that'll be good enough. Right, so, now it's time for the underside, so let's go ahead and drop this down, just like this. And we're essentially going to do what we did on the top, on the bottom, and hopefully that'll look good, and also just work. Yeah. So, chuck this onto here like that. We're going to go ahead and shove this guy on. And then I guess I'm going to do all of this window stuff on the bottom too. Okay, that'll do. Looks uglier than I sort of wanted it to be, but it is what it is. Okay, so now we just need to do the underside job, which is this. We go ahead and chuck that guy into there like that. We zoom this backwards, obviously like so. And then we're going to have to build in the back end, sort of the same way we've done the front, sort of-ish thing. And the top, I suppose. Okay, there we go. So, it floats, which is a good thing, I suppose. We are going to have to add pumps into this thing. I also want to add propellers that aim up and down, because I think that would be pretty good. But yeah, let's go ahead and figure out how we can add ballast tanks in here properly and get them working. So, let's have a little look on the inside of this and see where the ballast tanks actually are. So, we have one on this side. I actually think we need to delete this little section right here, shove this into here like that, and that's fine. So, obviously, our motor is going to be in a ballast tank, but that's okay. And I think that will actually be fine. What I'm also going to do is add a little bit of weight at the front, in the bottom. We're going to actually add a bunch of it. There we go. And I am going to add a tiny bit at the back, but not very much in the bottom. Here we go. So 2, there we go. What that does is hopefully lowers it enough so that the propellers are always in the water. I do think I'm going to have to add more weight for that, but it's kind of the goal. Okay. Yeah, we're going to have to add a little bit more weight, but they are pretty much in the water already. Okay, right. Now we need to add pumps. We also need to add motors and stuff like that. I think what we'll do is we'll actually attach this with a big winch to our main boat, and it'll be electrical powered, and the power will actually come from the main boat. We'll add a few batteries, but most of the time we'll just be attached to a big rope. So, in fact, actually, let's go ahead and do that now. Let's add a cable anchor directly into the top, and that should be okay. Okay, so, what I'm going to do next is actually add a way in and out. Obviously, it's just going to be a hatch because, well, that's an easy way in and out. There we go. We are going to add a ladder because that makes it way easier to get in and out. Unfortunately, that does mean it's going to look a little bit ugly on the top. And it will. But that's okay. That's fine. All right, good. So far, so good. Right, so I've gone ahead and added a pump system in. So we've got 2 pumps at the front, this one and this one. And then if we go backwards, we've got this pump back here, which will also work the exact same way these guys work. Which is good. That is a very good thing. I'm not going to do any of this like air stuff where we pump air in, because realistically, this thing is going to go down for not very long at all. It's going to be attached to a winch on a ship, so the ship should be able to pull it up anyway, and everything should be fine. Yeah. Okay. What I'm going to do now is get a seat. We're going to chuck the seat in here. I'm actually going to put it there, a little bit far forward. We're going to add a little seat back here so that if we need to, we can get backwards from the main seat in case we get stuck. And that's all good. Yeah. I might actually put that to the side. I can only have one. That's okay. Alright, good. Yeah, that's going to go there. Okay, so far so good. What I want to do next is actually add more propellers because, well, I want to be able to go up and down without diving like, you know, like a plane would. I want to be able to just go up and down like a helicopter, sort of. So that's going to go there. We're going to go ahead and shove one. I guess it's going to have to go here, which is not the greatest, but it should work. We're then just going to add a motor directly onto there. We're going to add a motor directly onto here, and because we don't actually need to go that fast, we're going to add a motor directly onto there. What I want to do next is add some pipes around these, so that hopefully I don't die if I ever get stuck sort of underneath them. Because that would not be very good. So let's go ahead and attach this to here, attach it to there. We'll do the same thing at the other end, but actually let's go ahead and paint these too. So we'll do that and that. We'll do this and this, and we'll do... Hold on, this and this. Okay. I might even just attach that directly underneath, because I think that'll be fine. Yeah. Also, just as a side note, I want to delete this one and this one. I want to go ahead and grab this guy, and I'm going to just plumb it into there like this. There we go. We're then going to get ourselves... Oh, actually, hold on. Let me do this side as well. There we go. We're going to get ourselves a magall, and that'll allow us to actually attach ourselves to the ocean floor. Which would be a very nice thing to do in this vehicle. So attach that, up like this. We'll actually just zoom these guys together like this. I think that looks pretty cool. I'm also going to go ahead and add some rope anchors all around this thing as well because, well, I can. So let's go ahead and chuck that into there. We'll actually chuck one into here as well. That works. And we'll actually chuck a single one right here too. There we go. So in case you ever need to lift this thing up properly, we totally can. I'm also going to add, I guess a rope anchor back here like this. There we go. Just going to delete those and shove that in there. Gonna do the exact same thing down here. Delete those. Chuck this in here. And I guess we're gonna need one close to the front. I don't really know where it can go, so I'm just gonna delete this guy. Chuck that in like that. And maybe that'll be fine, but who knows. Alright, there we go. So, yeah, hopefully that'll be okay. If we ever need to tow it forwards, we totally can. Tow it backwards, we totally can. Upwards, we can. And if we need to tow it sideways, I guess I'll add these guys in as well. So that can go there. This can go here. That's fine. Okay, I've gone ahead and painted it blue, because I don't know why, to be totally honest with you. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves a dial. This is going to go right here on both of them. And essentially that'll show us how much water is in each of the ballast tanks. So we need a meter that is going to check out both of these. Liquid meter, shove that in there like that. We're going to go ahead and connect this guy up to there, this guy up to here, and I think that's fine. Yeah. Okay, so now we know how much liquid is able to go in those. That's okay. We don't need a fuel tank or anything like that, but what we might need is a bunch of equipment. So just in case we need a fire extinguisher for whatever reason, gonna go ahead and chuck that in there. If we're gonna need a welder, I guess I'll chuck one of those in here as well, a welder. We need an underwater welder next, so that's gonna go on this side. Bunch of first aid kits would actually be a pretty good thing, there we go. And, well, what else would we even need? I don't know, to be totally honest with you. Maybe one of these. Rope could be pretty good as well. So let's go ahead and find some rope, wherever that is. There we go. And I'm actually just going to go ahead and delete, like, these guys. And I'm going to chuck some rope in there. We'll delete these three as well. Chuck it in there. And I guess we'll do it another time. And maybe another time as well. Hey, there we go. Alright, good. Got a bunch of rope. An oxygen mask. I guess this could be pretty useful in case we are starting to die. So let's chuck that in there. We're also going to get ourselves a diving outfit, because that is actually an extremely useful thing, and that's all good. The thing is with this, obviously, if I'm underneath the water, and we open up this top door, well, water's going to come inside, so that's going to be an issue. Okay, I need to rethink things, don't I? I definitely do. So actually delete this, and I'm actually going to go ahead and paint this bit real quick. There we go. This door is not going to be here. No siree. Because it's actually going to go back here. Yeah. As far back as possible, which is actually all the way back there. Okay, hatch. Let's do it. Yep. Hatch is going to go in there like this, I guess. We're going to go ahead and paint the outside, obviously, because that makes sense. Do that and this. And then we need to add the ladders onto there. If you're wondering why I've done it this way, it's because... oh, there we go. Because we need an airlock, and the best way to do an airlock is between the back, where we're going to enter, and the front. Yeah, it just makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. Alright, fill that in. Let's go ahead and paint that. Do. Very good. And then we're going to have to add another hatch inside, kind of like this. There we go. So that's going to go around there like that. There we go. We're going to have to add a way of getting water out of this area, which should be fine. And that's all good. Alright, cool. Yeah, that will actually be fine. And also, it doesn't look too bad. Okay, next thing. We're going to go ahead and add a speedo and a battery meter and a depth meter and whatever else we need. So let's go ahead and put speed in here. We're going to put battery in this one. Battery. We can already see the dials behind us for how much ballast is in there. We're going to add depth to this one. And I don't really know what to add to this one, but I guess we'll figure it out. Okay, I'm actually going to go ahead and add some pumps in here because, well, we're going to need them. So let's add a pump like this and a pump like this. There we go. Delete this guy and this guy. We'll add fluid ports into there. If we can, here we go. We'll actually do it in this color because that makes sense. One there, one there. And then we obviously need to pipe it out the top. So we'll just do this. 1 and 2. There we go. Go ahead and paint this guy and this guy. We'll go ahead and add pipes to the underside. And I guess that'll be fine. There we go. 1 and 2. Excellent. So far, so good, I think. Those are actually to release liquid from inside of here. So actually, let's go ahead and delete those again. Ooh, actually, we might need to move them down one. Delete that one and that one, this one and this one. Delete this and this and that. There we go. Right, okay. So I'm struggling a little bit with what I'm doing, but we are getting there. Liquid is what we want to get out of there. So liquid. Go ahead and put a pipe directly on the top of this, like so. And that allows only liquids to be removed from the room. Good. Okay, we're getting there. Very slowly, but very surely, we are in fact getting there. So, what I want to do now is add another pump into here, which actually puts water inside. Because at the minute, we don't actually have a way of getting any water in. The main reason for that is actually because I was going to add doors to the underside, but unfortunately, I just didn't. That's literally the reasoning. We were going to add a hatch that allowed water to go in and out through the bottom, but we didn't end up doing that, so we're in this situation now. Anyway, let's go ahead and connect this to ballast in, which is this one. This to ballast in as well. Connect this to the battery, which is at the back. Connect that to the battery that's at the back. We're all connected. Yes, indeed we are. The next thing I want to do is delete these guys. I want to add a block right there, and I want to add spotlights onto the front. Yes, please. There we go. What I'm also going to do is a very similar thing on the back. I'm going to put a block there, and I'm going to put some spotlights on the back. And then I actually kind of want some spotlights pointing sideways from down here. I'm going to leave these ones white. And that should be okay. The problem is, well, I can't actually put them here because I've put that right there. Alright, well, you know what? Actually, delete that. Maybe we'll just add one in the center of here. There we go. Alright, cool. So, connect all of those to the electricity now, which there are quite a few things that need connecting. There we go. Connect, where is it? This one and this one. And we're all good. We then need to put an actual light on the inside. That would be good. So that we can actually see. Alright, delete this guy, chuck it in there like that, paint this piece, we're all good. Okay, so we're in a situation now where we've got sort of everything we need, I think. So we're going to do some testing right now where we... Oh, actually, I need to add a button for those. We don't currently have a button for those. It's going to be kind of interesting to test this in first person only, because obviously I can't see what's happening on the outside. Maybe I need an artificial horizon as well. Anyway, ballast in, let's see what that does. Nothing. Apparently nothing. Really? Alright, ballast out, does that do anything? So that turns that on, but it's... Why is the ballast in not working? Maybe there's no electricity to those. Cabin light works, that actually lights up all the dials as well. Spotlight works. Can I go forwards? Oh. Yes, and I can actually dive, I think? Okay, and then if I want to... Oh. Okay, right. There's some issues. Okay, now it's working. Ballast is coming in. There we go. Very good. So let's go and turn these lights on. If I turn the spotlights on as well, that's all good. And if I want to drive forwards, we just go ahead and push forwards, I guess. Yep, that's working. Alright, good. If I want to dive, I can dive. Well, I can't really dive properly, but... Sort of, there we go, we've now dived. If I want to attach myself to the ocean floor, all I have to do is... Oh, that's the wrong button. Okay, hold on. If I hold left, I think it drags me down, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay. It's a little bit off-centered, but that's okay. It still works. And then, because I press spacebar, our maggols should be on, and we should be able to attach onto the seabed. I think. Is that working? I don't know if I'm on this... Oh, there we go. And there we go. Okay, we're on the seabed. How much electricity is that used? Probably quite a lot, right? Yeah, okay, that's quite a lot of electricity. That's fine. Okay, so the ballast is in quite a bit. Let's see if it'll blow out too. Yes! Okay, that works. Okay, I don't have a diving outfit right now either, which is a bit of a problem. Whoa! Okay, but we're good. So, if I go back this way, I open this, and I open this. Obviously, water will flow in. But... that's fine. Oh, not very fast, to be fair. Which is weird. I can't get out. I was struggling like crazy to get out of there, but that's all good. Alright, so we can get out. Let's go ahead and close this up and see if this room empties. which it should be emptying. I'm going to open this. Oh, which is not the greatest. Okay, there we go. Obviously, it's flowing into here, but let's see if these are actually pumping. No, so they're turned on, but they're not working. Interesting. Anyway, what that means is the water has flowed into here. Honestly, this doesn't have to be like a crazy, very good thing. It just has to work a little bit. Anyway, if I go ahead and disconnect now, is that 0? Oh no, hold on, ballast out. If I go ahead and disconnect from the floor, we should surface. Yeah, okay, cool. As for everything else though, we can actually drive this thing around. Obviously, we're going to have a bunch of electricity granted to us from the ship, so we don't need to worry about our battery as much. And this is fine. Okay, let's go ahead and surface real quick. And I guess we'll return it to the workbench once we get back a little bit closer. Ooh, imagine if I could actually just grab fish. That'd be funny. Okay, so what I'm going to do is go to equipment again, because we are probably going to need some. And I'm just going to go ahead and add a bunch of equipment in here, and that should be good. Okay, so if I go ahead and, one second, trigger, can I have that on automatically? I guess I can if I press not. Okay, let me get the not signal. I'm going to chuck this in either room. I'm actually going to put it here, where I can't put it on the other side, I think, which I don't know where that is. I think it's here. No, it might be there. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and attach that onto the mag-holes. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're then going to connect this to spacebar, which means that they're all on automatically. Alright, let's have a little look at that. Hey, there we go. Good. Right, well, I guess it's time for the trip, so let's go ahead and set this in motion. Let's go, go, go! It's going to be interesting, actually. Let me go ahead and let the engine start first. Here we go. And then I guess we just go? Why is it stuck on 2? Why is it stuck on 2? What's going on there? I don't understand. It's getting stuck on 2 RPS. What about this side? Two as well. What is going on? I figured it out. We didn't have enough diesel, which is actually a bit of an issue here. So let's just go ahead and get inside again. We're going to go ahead and turn on all the lights that we need. And now when I go to start the engine, it will slowly get up to 2 RPS again. And then once it hits 2 RPS, it should be good. Yeah, there we go. Alright, now we can just set sail. Alright, how much diesel do we have? 11,000 liters. That's not actually that much. Is the boat? I don't know if this was falling off there. We're currently okay. Oh, just about though. I'm gonna actually attach this to my boat. Because I don't want it accidentally falling off, because that would be bad. So, attach this down to there. And this as well. So from here to here. I can't really see very much, but that's okay. Do we have any cables in here? Oh, okay, that could be an issue, because if I don't have any cables, I can't do what I was going to do anyway. Alright, we need to go back. I need cables. Unless there's some up here. There might be some in here. Oh, there is. Alright, we're good. Okay, let's go ahead and shove this into here and whack it on. We are currently 6,000 kilometers away. No, 6,000 meters away, sorry. You know, I actually almost completely forgot that there could be a Meg out in the... Oh my! What was that? What just happened to me? I literally just pooed my pants. I just flew. Why did I just fly? Wait, that makes no sense whatsoever. Okay, that was terrifying. We almost fell off our boat. Oh, it keeps happening. Okay, I'm gonna hide inside because I don't want to accidentally fall off the ship. What in the world? Anyway, yes, there is a Meg out in the ocean somewhere, so we need to be on the lookout at all times. But I don't know what that is. Why do I keep bouncing like that? What in the world just happened? A bunch of missions just popped up on the right, and apparently we've rescued 2 people? I definitely didn't do that, but thank you for the money. Okay, we are there, so let's go ahead and stop. There we go. Let's turn this off real quick. I'm not going to put the anchors down because I don't actually think they'll reach the bottom. But that's okay. What I'm going to do next is... Oh, I need to grab... Oh, what do I need to do? I need to grab a cable. I need to attach said cable to... here, I guess? Yeah, attach the cable to here. Attach this to here. We're going to go ahead and winch out completely. That's fine. I then need to get inside of this... Whoa. I need to get inside of the sub, I think. Alright, here we go. So we need to get inside so that we can turn off the magholes. There we go. I then need to get back outside so that we can lift this thing up and into place. Okay, right. This is fine, I think, so far. Let's see what happens here. So, if I winch up the middle one, and I press 2 to go backwards, hopefully this thing moves. It doesn't look like it's going to, though, does it? Okay, we need to disconnect these things as well, obviously, so put that in there. Go ahead and disconnect this side, put it in there, there we go. And it is being moved off backwards into the water. Okay, getting this back on board the boat might be a bit difficult, especially with the situation we're in right now. But if we can push this off, that would be great. Okay, disconnect from here, there we go, shove that into there. I'm then going to push this off even further if I can. We can't do that. Okay, never mind, I'm just going to jump in, and we're going to start driving. Okay, in we go, close the door, yes! No water needs to go in just yet. Close this door as well. Okay, reverse backwards, if possible. Okay, so far so good. Interesting. Let's go ahead and turn on our lights, turn on the other lights. We're good to go. Those are so bright. Anyway, let's go ahead and start descending down by filling up our ballast tanks. How's our battery doing? Which is over here. Our battery is actually going down. That's not great. That is not a good sign. Alright, I think it's time to start diving, so let's go ahead and attempt it. Here we go. Oh yeah, alright, we're going down. Can't really see what's going on though, to be totally honest with you. But we are... Oh, we're on our side. Okay, terrible things... Whoa! Okay, terrible things just happened. But we're okay. Alright, I don't actually see the shipwreck. Just as a side note. I don't see it. The dog went crazy, guys. The dog went crazy. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and descend, sorry. We're going to go under the water and see what we can find. I don't think the water here is actually that deep, but I could be wrong. Oh. Okay. I don't know whether being attached to the boat is actually messing with the way this thing drives. I'm not sure. I don't know. Right, okay. I actually can't see the boat down here. There's supposed to be a wreckage. Oh. I think I can see it. Maybe, just about, just here. Oh yeah, there it is. There she is. Not what I was expecting to see, to be totally honest with you, but let's go ahead and try and park ourselves down on the ground. And, oh. And then maybe we can... Oh, there's a chest there too. Excellent. I'm a little bit stuck. Alright, we're good. We're good. Alright, start descending. We might be fine. Oh, this is weird. This feels so weird. Alright, don't crash in. Oh, no. No. Hey, there's our boat up there. Nice. Don't know what's happening here. We need to descend. Okay, I think we're connected to the floor somewhat, so I'm just going to leave it as is. Our battery is actually getting charged from the ship, which is good. And it's our time to get outside. So, let's go ahead and open this. We're going to open this up. We're obviously going to get out. Like so. Yes. Okay, that didn't really work. Hold on. I need to do this quicker, because otherwise we are going to end up with a serious issue. Alright, close that up. We're good. And let's have a little swim around, see what we can find. Yeah, okay, right. Treasure chest, $9,500. Excellent. Is there anything else down here? I don't normally come to these things. Okay, well, I've swum around a little bit. I don't think there's any more treasure down here, so I'm just gonna leave, I guess. That's cool, though. It actually works. Sort of. Okay, we're back inside the room. I've closed the door, but I don't think these pumps are going to work very well at getting this water out of here. I'll give it a little bit of time, but I don't see it going down. Yeah, it's not going down whatsoever. Oh, okay, that's a problem, but it's going to go into our main bit of the boat. Yep, it is. Unless we just keep it in there. I suppose that works too. Okay, disconnect from the floor. Let's get out of here. Hopefully. Yep, it works. Alright, we're good. Let's just go ahead and try and get home. The thing is... Oh, yeah, there is a problem. Ballast out. Let's go ahead and start emptying it. The problem is right now that there's so much weight in the back of our little submarine that it's kind of hard to control. Although it is working. Yeah, it's working now. Good. Why does our boat look like that, by the way? Why is it so orange underneath? Our boat isn't orange, is it? I don't think it was. I'm really confused now. That looks so strange. What's going on there? That's really weird. Anyway, let's just go ahead and get up to the surface, get ourselves pretty close to the back of the boat, and then maybe drag it on. Yeah, so we'll just leave it pretty much attached. There we go. And we are good to get out of here. So, spotlights disconnect, cabin lights turn those off, ballast out. We will actually continue ballasting out. And that's all sort of good. Can I jump onto the boat? Oh, almost. I'm going to leave that running, actually. That's fine. Okay, so as long as I can get out without dying, that would be great. Okay, close that door, open this door, get out the ladder. There we go, very good. Close that again. Alright, we're in a good situation. We now need to attach this rope up to here. There we go, connect it onto there. We're going to attach this rope to the other side, obviously. So here, up to there if I can, there we go. And then I need to run this way and just pull it onto the ship. Again, there are megalodons in this game, so this could be an issue. Alright, we're going to start dragging it forwards and hope for the best. Okay, we might have a bit of an issue here with the fact that the bottom isn't quite right. To be honest, because I don't think it's very, I don't know what the word is. I don't think it's very rampy, if that makes sense. So that could be an issue. So what I'm going to do, actually, is stop. Oh. I'm going to stop this from moving. I'm going to leave it there. And I'm going to floor it in this boat. And then, which should make the underside, or the backside of this boat go down. I hope. I hope this is helping, but I don't know. Okay, well, it turns out we're in a situation where that doesn't work, but that's fine. So, let's go ahead and winch in with this one. Hopefully that is fine there, and maybe we can actually go dive somewhere else as well. I don't know how much diesel we've actually got left. Obviously, the diesel engine was running this whole time. 9,000? Oh, yeah, we've got more than enough. Oh, we got loads, actually. Let's go to the plateau. The plateau is next. Bam. Push that into there. Let's go. Oh, yeah, the little bit of a spin actually made it jump onto the boat a little bit. That's good. All right, stop. Never mind. That's really bad. Yeah, as it turns out, that was not a very good thing. As it turns out, again, that is a really, really bad thing. Okay, this has gone from actually being okay to being absolutely terrible. Turn this off, we need to turn around. We need to turn around. Just ignore it and turn. Ignore it and turn. Ignore it and turn. Please. Yep, I think we're maybe okay. I don't know. Set this as the destination, we gotta go home. Alright, whack that into there, turn this on. Oh. Hold on. We can't have that just snap. We can't just leave it. No. Wait, is it sank to the bottom of the ocean? Where's it gone? I think it might be sinking. Oh, this is terrible. Okay, well, fortunately, if I just go ahead and slam that into there, turn this on, we can just go. And I think it'll return us with our submarine as well. I hope. How far away are we? 6,000. Our fuel is alright, but it's going down quickly. We need to try and fix that. If we can. I think there's probably an issue downstairs. Let's go have a little look. So, the fuel tank here is fine. I can't see it in here. Oh my. Okay, we are very underwater in here. But the fuel tank actually looks okay. I'm getting out. I need an underwater welder. Okay, I'm going back. Let's go, go, go. All right, just start fixing things left, right, and center, please. I should have probably wore a diving outfit to go in here, but that's fine. Okay, I say that's fine. I am dying. Oh, okay, this is scary. This is very scary. Water doesn't seem to be coming through this door, which is very weird. Is this full now? It's pretty much full. Okay, I'm gonna try and fix this generator as much as I can, which is very impossible. I'm dying again. I'm leaving it. We're leaving the room. I'm sure it'll be fine. Maybe it won't be fine, but who knows? I just need to get out of here. Just skedaddle. Alright, jump up. There we go. Close this off. And then let's get up to the surface. Alright. What we got going on? Our speed is fine. Engine temperature is actually fine. Fuel is going down pretty quick, but that's... I think just because of the engines. And our distance is going down too. I'm actually going to turn on the other engine. And hopefully that'll speed us up a little bit. Only a tiny bit, but it's working. Yeah. Oh, okay, there's one thing that I need to fix, like, desperately. So I need a diving outfit. I need it so bad, actually. So let's run in here, grab the diving uniform thingamabobby, and we need to get downstairs into the room to try and fix, a pivot? Yeah. It's a pivot on the floor. It's like here somewhere. I don't know whereabouts it is. I think I fixed it. Alright, I think we fixed it, so we should stop wiggling around so much. Yeah, it appears to have worked. Good. That's very good. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're gonna have to do some modifications to this boat. One of the things that I didn't want to do originally with this is add a pivot to this piece, but a pivot would allow it to actually angle further backwards over the back of the boat, allowing us to actually lift things up and onto the boat, which makes a lot of sense. So I think that's what we're gonna do very quickly, very soon. The thing is, we've got a gun up there, so I don't know how that's gonna work, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Can I return it already? No. Is it that one or the next one? I think it's this side. Yes, it is. Alright, so we'll bring it in here, we'll fix it up, and that should be fine. Hopefully it returns the, well, hopefully it returns the thingamabobby as well, the submarine. Does it? Yes, it does! Beautiful. Good. Okay, so what we're going to do is grab this piece from here. We're going to go all the way up to there. I'm going to go ahead and cut it, and I'm going to paste it. I'm then going to go to this side, and we're going to paste it again. There we go. What we're then going to do is grab all the stuff from the top and make that all one piece. So all of this, all of that, all the way across to here, all of this, and this. There we go. Cut it, and paste it again. Okay, so now if we look at this, well, this is a piece, this is a piece. It's all connected sort of to there, so we do this, 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 and this. And then what we need to do is delete these guys. Okay, I'm going to shove this into here, I think. Yeah, merge that with that, that's fine. That's okay, right? Merge this with this. Okay, yeah, we're all good. Oh no, that's not right, that's not right. Don't merge it. Unmerge. Demerge! Okay, delete this and this, that's fine for now. We'll actually just connect those to there. That's okay. Get ourselves a pivot, which is just going to be one of the big ones. I guess it's a hinge. A hinge would actually work. It's not often I use this, but I guess it would work fine here. So we'll connect that to there. We'll merge this guy with this guy. This guy with this guy. We'll go ahead and give it kind of a powerful hinge, so 1 to 32. Speed, quite fast. Very fast, actually. And that should be good. Yeah. Okay, do I have any buttons on here that'll allow that to work? Yeah, W and S. Shove that onto there, shove it onto here, and we'll make W and S sticky, please. W and S sticky. And we'll also give it a bunch of electricity. So, from here, we'll connect it to here and here. Alright, so from now on then, we should be able to flip that backwards, and that will be great. Alright, spawn it in, let's have a little look, see if that's actually true. Alright, jump across. Here we go. So if I press W, it angles backwards. Press S, It angles this way. And I think that is fine. Yeah, a little bit wibbly wobbly, but I think it'll work out okay. Alright, well, that is where I'm going to end today's video. Thank you guys very much for watching. Today we obviously built ourselves a submarine that is used for diving in little spaces. It is electrical, it's kind of small, but it definitely works. So for now, thank you guys very much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.